Hey everyone, welcome back to Game Center Crown. My name is Joy, this is Breath of the Wild, and we are going to be hitting up these stone monuments that are sprinkled around Zora's domain in this episode. I'm just going to jump cut to all of them. Also, for transparency purposes, I sort of fought my way down to this part because I'm trying to trigger a blood moon so that we can get our Redmane Lynel friend back at the top of Ploymus Mountain. Something that happens in this game is that the stronger you get, the enemies around you in the wild will sort of evolve to be stronger as well. So what's happening is all the Lynels in this game right now are going to be either black or white maned Lynels. And we specifically need a Redmane Lynel, which is unfortunate. So this is like the one reliable spawn point is up here. I don't think this one ever changes. So I've actually gone through and I've marked where these monuments are on our map with these little stickers. So you can see that they're spread around here. But yeah, I'm going to start running and reading these, and I will cut to when I get to each one. Starting with the one right behind us. We picked one up on our way up the domain, to the domain that talked about how the domain is like one big sculpture. So we already have one checked off our list. We just need to get 9 more. So let's get started. History of the Zora, Part 2, A Reservoir of Hope, as told by King Dorephan. Once every 10 years, the Lanayru region experiences unusually heavy rainfall. The Zora River flooded every time. The tides damaged not only our domain, but our people, washing away poor souls and causing great suffering and disarray. The Zora king of that time, after seeking out aid from the king of Hyrule, rode out to see what could be done. By joining the architectural genius of the Zora and Hyrule's technological prowess, East Reservoir Lake was swiftly built. Thanks to this fruitful partnership, Hyrule was no longer plagued by these devastating floods. In gratitude, the Zora king promised the king of Hyrule to manage the reservoir level to protect all of Hyrule from the floods. Each Zora king since has kept that oath, spanning 10,000 years. That is why the reservoir signifies our bond with Hyrule. So a little bit of history about the Zoras and their connection to the royal family there. History of the Zora, Part 5. I'm not going to be doing these in order, sorry. The Sage Princess Ruto, as told by King Dorephan. Long, long ago, in a past more distant than even the Great Calamity or the creation of the divine beast Vah Ruta, there was a Zora princess named Ruto. We know that she was an attendant to the Zora patron deity and that she was a fair and lively girl beloved to all. So the patron deity they're talking about is Lord Jabu Jabu. Around the same time, an evil man with designs on ruling the world appeared, bringing disaster upon Zora's domain. It is said that Ruto then awoke as a sage, facing the foe alongside the Princess of Hyrule and the hero of legend. Her achievements are remembered not only by the Zora, they are also forever etched in the history of Hyrule. The divine beast Vah Ruta, built ages later to face off against Calamity Ganon, was named in honor of Ruto. That Zora princess, my sweet daughter Mipha, was chosen to pilot Ruta is surely the work of fate. Okay, so that's really interesting. It gives us some timeline here. That the events of the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time predated this 10,000 year ago thing where these divine beasts and guardians were built. I personally have a theory that after Twilight Princess happened, that's when these would have been built. Twilight Princess takes place at least 100 years after the events of Ocarina of Time. And I have some reasons for that. And it's because there's some in-game reasons for this, but the one that I have immediately is that the designs for the Twilight look very shockingly similar to the designs for the ancient Sheikah tech, and I'm wondering if there's a link there. But yeah, that's speculation on my part, but there is a little bit of a nugget that we can get within the game that tells us that maybe I'm not so far off. But anyway, I'm going to start heading towards another monument. History of the Zora, Part 4, The Light Scale Trident, as told by King Dorephan. The queen and I were blessed with a daughter as lovely as a jewel. We named our princess Mipha. To celebrate her birth, the smithy Dento presented Mipha with a gift, a mighty spear called the Light Scale Trident. Mipha grew into a bright girl and soon reached the age of receiving lessons from the royal family's Order of Knights. The whole of the royal guard adored her, especially Sergeant Segan, who loved her as if she were his own kin. Under Segan's instruction, Mipha honed her skills, and her radiance grew along with her skill with the light scale trident. As a champion, Mipha made her people proud. However, once the great calamity struck, she was never to return. All of Zora's domain fell into misery. The merest thought of the princess was enough to overcome anyone with tears. As a way of offering her soul repose, they tried to send the light-scale trident drifting down the Zora River. But when they did, the trident began to glow, and Mipha's voice rang loud and clear for all Zora to hear. The light-scale trident and I are one. Abandon your grief and know joy once again. Do not cry. Just remember. And so, keeping to her request, on the day of the great calamity, the day that Mipha passed from this world, the Zora venerate the light-scale trident and remember their brave princess. Such is the origin of the Champion Festival. So we heard a little bit about that Champion Festival. Ooh, I'm gonna get this bright-eyed crab, and you too. Ooh, and a hot-footed frog. Hell yeah. Oh, can I get another one? Yes, baby, a triple. Oh, there's a lot of hot-footed frogs over here, but yeah, that gives a little bit of background of the origins of the Champion Festival. Very clearly, they loved Mipha a lot, and, you know, for good reason. They were the princess. I'm just going to pick up bright-eyed crabs while I'm talking about this very somber event, but, that they tried to sort of give it a Vikings burial and send it down the Zora's River, and she was like, hell nah, don't throw my shit away, is interesting. The spirit's connection to the living world is really interesting, in all the Zelda games, but especially this one. But yeah, I'm going to go hunt down another monument. History of the Zora, Addendum 1. Again, we're doing this out of order. King Dorephan stands his ground. After 100 years after King Dorephan ascended to the throne, a stray guardian crossed upland Zorana into our domain. The guardian seemed unstoppable. Our best soldier spears barely left a scratch on its metal hull. It was then that our King Dorephan, without a thought for his own safety, came out to face the guardian himself. With supernatural strength, he lifted the guardian and hurled it into a ravine. The impact of the fall left the guardian in pieces, and he was never to trouble another Zora ever again. The citizens celebrated the king's valor. From then on, their trust and respect for him grew beyond compare. You can still see the scar he earned that day on his forehead, a token of his triumph. So King Dorephan has a scar on his forehead, if you didn't notice that before when we were talking to him. Hold on, let me read this again. Around 100 years after King Dorephan ascended the throne. So I'm thinking, yeah, King Dorephan really came into power slightly before the calamity, is what it sounds like. So, something to consider. And just for transparency purposes, like I was saying before, I fought some enemies to try and trigger a blood moon. That's why you're seeing this shield on my back. That's a reinforced... Hold on, what is it? It is a reinforced Lizal's shield. A Lizal's shield that has been strengthened by adding a different type of metal to the mix. The edge is lined with spikes, so handle with care. Yeah. I also ended up picking up a Traveler Sword, which is what we need to continue that stupid weapon connoisseur quest in Hateno. And we will be returning to Hateno so we can drop off our light scale trident at Link's house. So... trying to combine trips here, but yes, that is another monument down, and on my way to another one now. History of the Zora, Part 6, Divine Beast Vah Ruta, is told by King Dorephan. When the Divine Beast Vah Ruta was first discovered at Zora's domain, my daughter Mipha hurried to see it. Those present that day say they saw an unusual sparkle of excitement in Mipha's normally calm eyes as she beheld Ruta. The princess spoke of the divine beast as she would a friend and was overjoyed when she was chosen to pilot Ruta. I thought nothing of it at the time, but given the events that followed, I now regret allowing this to happen. I have spent many long years consumed by guilt. My dearest wish is that her soul will know peace. I pray for it every day. Aww. Yeah, your daughter died. I'm sorry. Shit happens in the fight against evil, buckaroo. But yeah, make our way to our next monument. History of the Zora, Part 7, The Hero Who Defeated the Lionel, as told by King Dorephan. So this is basically the exact same as the monument that we read in Zora's Domain about how Link did the thing. And this is the one that hints at where the Zora helm is. So, there you go. Exact same shit, just out in the wild that we had to go read. History of the Zora, Part 3. Miracle of the White Scale, is told by King Dorephan. This gives us some background on why the royal women of the Zora family create armor for their beloved. So this is the tradition of that. Our scholars say that in the distant past, Zora's domain had a king with no special talent for the art of war. Yeah, the King Zora from Ocarina of Time springs to mind, that fat ass. What he lacked in skill with a blade, he made up for in love for his people, and especially love for his queen. One day, news reached the king of a horde of monsters gathering in Zotoban Highlands. The king steeled himself for war to protect his people, but the queen knew how ill-suited for the task he was. Worried for his life, she wove one of her own scales into his armor, hoping that her love would protect him in battle. It seemed for a time that the tide of battle favored the Zora and that all would make it safely home. But the cunning Lizalfos general saw an opening and seized it, driving the king's forces into a corner. So this was a battle with Lizalfos. Just when the general's sword was ready to crash down upon the king, a miracle took place. An errant sunbeam, reflected from the scale on his armor, blinded the Lizalfos, stopping the death blow from falling. This was the chance the king needed to rally his forces and turn the tide, taking down the general and securing victory. This came to be known as the Miracle of the White Scale, a scale that only female Zora possess. It was this miracle that began the tradition of Zora princesses crafting armor for their future husbands. Now you know. That's why we got the thing. That's why that's a thing. And really quick, I ran into this guy while I was warping to find another, another monument. And his name's Tumbo, and he said, "Hey, I'm busy frogging." Frogging? Yep. Since Mom hasn't come back from fishing yet, I've been catching hot-footed frogs and selling them to earn some money for our family. You were just pitying me, weren't you? You felt sorry for me, didn't you? Well, I don't need your pity. If you want to help, donate some hot-footed frogs. You can find them easily on rainy days. I really need you to get some for me. 5 frogs should be enough. Got it? I think I might actually have 5 hot-footed frogs. It would not surprise me. Let's find out. We have 11. Bitch, come here. Frog catching. Hey, mister, I'm busy. I have some frogs. What? Really? Also, I found your mom. Don't lie to me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. You really brought them. Here, take this as thanks. He gives us Armoranth. This is called Armoranth. I picked it because it's unusual, but it doesn't really suit me, so it's all yours. Thanks for your sloppy seconds, dude. Anyway, I'm gonna go get more of those monuments. Memoir of a Gifted Stonemason. What an honor it was to receive a personal request from King Dorephan to craft a historical stone monument. I did not realize how much content he'd give me, though. It certainly exceeded the line limits of a single monument. I suppose I could have just shortened the text, but it felt wrong to tamper with our great king's words. Thankfully, I was able to split it all between 7 monuments to ensure that every word was preserved. I've always prided myself on my ability to think outside the box. I am so very adaptable and humble as well. While I was at it, I thought, why not add 2 of my own? And so I created one for King Dorephan and one for Prince Sidon. This is outside scope of my commission, but I believe their triumphs deserve as much. But why stop at that? Why indeed? My achievement surely deserves remembrance too. That is how a commission of 1 became 10. Of course, having increased the number of monuments, I had to find places for them all. That proved difficult. Still, it was worth it. So long as I remember to sign these monuments, my name will be remembered forever, as it should be. Motherfucker did not sign his name. In case you were wondering, not a thing that he did. And that's why we have 10 goddamn monuments to go and find, because this motherfucker didn't go back to the client with, did a copy editing session. Anyway, we have 1 more monument to go, and I'm gonna go get it. Alright, and here is the final monument.
Rivali's Gale is now ready.
And Rivali's Gale is now ready. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Here we go. History of the Zora, Addendum 2, Prince Sidon's Great Escape. There was once a giant Octorok in Hateno Bay, large as a mountain, which terrorized the village's fishers. Hearing of their distress, Prince Sidon went forth to personally eliminate the offending Octorok. But the Octorok was a tricky beast. After the prince dodged one of the stones it spat, it inhaled him whole. Such has been the fate of many strong warriors who went to slay the Octorok. Not one had come back alive. Just as it seems Prince Sidon would be counted among them, the giant Octorok twisted in pain. The tip of a silver scale spear pierced the Octorok's stomach from within, revealing itself as the source of the beast's agony. Incredibly, Prince Sidon had fought his way out by stabbing his spear over and over into the monster's stomach. Unable to bear the pain, the Octorok coughed up the prince and scrambled to escape. Ever since, the fishers of Hitano Bay have passed down this heroic tale, the prince who slew the fell Octorok. Damn, Prince Sidon! Crazy, and now we get a little updated Zora Stone Monuments prompt, and that is because we have done all the damn monuments. Let me check that guy off our list. And we're up high enough here that we can just drift down into Zora's domain, and you can really get a good look at what it looks like here. It's beautiful and huge and really awesome. It really is quite impressive, just the design of it all. Here, let's get a little bit closer so I can see exactly where I'm needing to land here. And I was wondering if hidden treasure would be on top of one of these, and maybe there is, but at least not that one. Okay. Come in for a gentle landing. I read all the things. Link, it would seem you have checked all of the stone monuments for me. Now then, please tell me what was written on them. Here you go, dude. The history, culture, folklore, the various heroic acts of the proud Zora people, it's all here. Eureka, thanks to you, I've compiled the precious information from those stone monuments. Link, thank you for taking on such an arduous task. Please allow me to reward you. Motherfucking diamond! Yes, queen. Yes, queen. I'm gonna try and trigger a blood moon once more just so we can try and get those damn leggings. Or rather, get a photo of the red-haired Lionel so that we can get the leggings. So I'm gonna go down to this cooking pot and progress the knights a few times. Good news, bitches! A blood moon happened during that last cycle I did, so we... Oh, what is the quickest way up there? Through that. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Yes! Oh my god, I was so excited. I've never been so happy to see a blood moon in my entire life. So we're gonna get our camera ready. And get going over to the waterfall. Wait. Oh, I'm going the wrong way! Whoa! Back it on up. Back that ass up, Link. Yeah. Actually, no, it's a little far. I was like, can we jump to Vah Ruta and jump over there? No, we cannot. It's a little too far. I wish there was an easier way. Another warp point of sorts that would take us to Ploymus Mountain. And hell, there might be. There might be a shrine over here that I've forgotten about. Oh, no. Damn it, son. Run around the thing. Run around it. But yes, we can finally go get a picture of the Red Mane Lionel, complete our outfit. And then that's gonna do it for Zora Domain's quests that we should do. Is what I'm thinking, at least. Actually, I'm an idiot. We have Rivali's Gale, homie. Either way, this will get us closer to this waterfall, since it would push us down the river anyway. There's one more side quest that we can do, but I don't really. It's not really interesting, honestly. It's more trouble than what it's worth. So let's not say we did. But I definitely want to complete our outfit. So that's clearly my priorities are in order. You can't fight crime if you don't look cute. Let's see here. A little bit closer. Come on. There we go. And this should... Yes. Get us where we need to be. We'll wear a Majora's Mask so nobody's going to pick on us. It's going to be a good time. When I get up here, I'm probably going to switch into my Sheikah clothes. Because I wants to be so stealth and so sneak. And please tell me I'm running the right way. Yes, I am. Okay. And it'll be easier to sneak up on the Lionel and get a good shot of him. If we have our tights on. We also won't disturb these sleeping moblins. So that's always a plus. Let's see now. Alright. There's Ploymus Mountain. Please let me drift in that general direction. Thank you. A little bit faster. Okay. Get our photo. Get our tights. Call it a life at the domain. In the next one, I do actually want to go back to Hateno Village and drop off our light scale trident and also follow up on some side quests that we had going. We needed restless crickets for the one guy who thought that the lady behind the counter at the inn was a babe. So we can help him out because we do have those restless crickets. We also have a traveler sword on us, so we can show the kid who is a weapons connoisseur what that looks like, and then he'll give us the next weapon that he wants us to track down. And we'll just generally work our way up from there. Okay, where's this fucking Lionel? Where are you, homie? Where are you, you piece of shit? There you are. Lionel! Got it! Okay. Actually, I want a picture of his face because I feel like tempting fate today. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Yeah, I want to replace the old picture. Ah, bye, dude! No! Absolutely not. Oh, you are fast! Get away. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, peace, bitch. It's been real. Oh my god. Whew! Nothing like getting the blood pumping when going up against a Lionel, huh? But, yeah. Now we have the shit that we need. I'm happy. Ooh. Almost knocked ourselves out on that little cliff there. And I think there actually might be someone that we can talk to on this little bridge right here. Though it is also 1:30 in the morning, so maybe not. Do you have anything? Nope, Gaddison doesn't have anything for us. But give me the tights that I've wanted for 1,000 years. Thank you very much. I thought Sidon was going to give us the tights, but no. Yes, there you are. God bless. Hey, 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 hey. Good evening. Link. How is that Lionel mission coming along? I have your picture. Oh, wow. Please show me. Gladly. Feast your eyes on this shit. Oh, I didn't show the good picture. Whoa! My apologies. That sound was not very dignified, was it? Pardon me. I'm all better now. That Lionel. How terrifying. One look at this, I doubt anyone would get any reckless ideas about visiting Ploymus Mountain. Thank you. I'll tell the children of the domain about this. Maybe that will scare them away from the mountain. Oh, right. Now for your reward. The Zora Greaves. These greaves have been passed down among the Zora for generations. It's been said they're crafted using dragon scales. Equip them to swim faster. And complete your look. These Zora Greaves were once made by skilled craftsmen by order of an ancient Zora king. Now they're fairly common. As you may know, East Reservoir Lake was created in collaboration between Hylians and the Zora. After East Reservoir Lake was finished, we made Zora Greaves as a token of friendship for Hylians who came to visit. But over time, the number of Hylians visiting the domain dwindled and my father had to close his armor shop. These Zora Greaves were here the last pair. These Zora Greaves here were the last pair in stock room when he closed up shop. Wearing these, even a Hylian can swim as well as a Zora. That said, these would be wasted on me. They're only useful for a Hylian like you. Please take good care of them. You got it, sister. And now we get to complete our fucking outfit looking fresh to death with our little web feetsies. Ridiculous. Love it. All clear, sir. At ease, soldier. But yes, that's going to wrap it up for this. In the next one, like I said, we're going to head to Hateno, drop some things off, check in with some side quests, and from there we're going to make our way north up to the Akkala region and the Eldon region, which is where Death Mountain is. So, thank you guys. Whoa, hello, coming in a little hot there, son. Thank you guys for joining me. Hope to see you next time. Later, y'all.